that I...
Grandma Winer.
Grandma Winer, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's funny, Winer, though, means... Does it mean someone from Vienna? Or is that Wiener? That's something else.
Well, Russia. His name in Russia was Weber. Now, how it became Winer, nobody knows.
Did he have family here?
He had a sister. When he died, the sister came. And first, I had known her, and I don't think anybody in the family did. And then she went back to New York, and she got married again. She second husband, and we didn't know his name. And we tried so hard to find out where she was and how to get in touch with her. We lost her. Couldn't keep in touch with her.
Do you remember her first name?
No, I don't.
Interesting.
But Bertie had a sister whom we loved. She's wonderful. Ruth was her name. Ruth Winer. And she was a lovely, lovely woman. Lived in Washington, D.C.
Oh, okay.
And...
did they have... Like, her offspring are in D.C. now?
Patty. You know Patty?
I know Patty Schultz.
No, this is Patty Winer.
No. Is she in D.C.?
She's a niece.
I don't know her.
Very nice lady. Very nice. Never got married.
It's a lot of people to keep track of. I'm bouncing around a little bit.
Yeah, there are a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, you've had a lot of special people in your life, it seems. One person who I remember very fondly, and I'm sure you do, is Aunt Harriet.
Oh.
Tell me a little about Aunt Harriet.
She is... I told her, and I mean it, she had one terrible fault. She was too good. She was such a good person. Anything she could do for anybody, she did. The only person she didn't really take as good care of was herself, because she was always trying to help people, and people loved her and appreciated her.
Yeah.
When she was in the hospital, she got so many bouquets of flowers that the florist sent her a bouquet in appreciation.
What was she like as a big sister?
Always too good. We had a rule. We were about the same size growing up. I was 6 years younger. But you can wear anything at all unless I'm planning to wear it. So we just shared everything.
And you stayed close throughout?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Last time I saw her, Corrine had us over Ligonier.
Oh, yeah.
And she hugged me so hard that it hurt. And I've often wondered, did she feel that something was wrong? Just kept her mouth shut. She never complained.
Yeah. She didn't complain. She was always, I remember whenever, she was always so happy to see us.
Oh, yes.
And so appreciative that we would come and eager to give us something that we would enjoy, like some food, and always asking about us and what's going on, and very selfless.
Very, very.
My mother was very close with her, too. They had a special relationship, I think. She was a Pirates fan, wasn't she? She liked...
Yes.
And the Pirates and the Steelers. I always made me laugh how she knew a lot of the details about the sports teams that I didn't know.
We went to New York together many times. The reason being that Ellis's mother was in one of those large hotels that was like assisted living. And she would go once a month to make sure everything was all right and she didn't need anything, but buy her whatever she needed and so forth. And so it was kind of fun for me to go with her.
What was, I remember Uncle Ellis was from Scranton, is that right? I remember him telling me stories about his childhood in Scranton. And I liked Uncle Ellis too. He was
I can't hear you.
I'm thinking back on Uncle Ellis, yeah. How did they meet? Do you know? Yeah.
Well, that Club 18.
Oh, really? That's how they met? After he got back, was he in... Yeah.
After he got back from service.
Yeah. He was in Asia, right? I think.
No, I think he was down south.
I see. Okay.
Because at one point, Harriet called home and said, I fell and I broke my arm and I need Ruth to come I need her help. Which gave me a chance to go down. You know, she was fine.
Down where? Oh, that was down south.
They were down south.
Oh, with the, like in the southern United States. You mean?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Mississippi.
Oh, okay.
And then she was living in a home, and just meeting Ellis, when he had time, and
they were married already.
They were married already.
I see. This was after the war, then.
Yeah, this is.
I
I know how she met. He was He worked for the family. He was working for General Foods or something, one of the big companies, selling things, and that's how she met him.
Was he already living in the Pittsburgh area?
He was living Rochester, maybe. Zelda was in Rochester, not Monaca. Annabelle was in Monaca.
Who's Annabelle?
Annabelle Sobel. We were all friends there in the valley.
I see.
I keep in touch with Annabelle regularly. Yeah. Having a hard time.
Yeah. Boy, there's so many. You know, I feel lucky to have known many of your aunts and uncles, I should say. You know, and it's nice to think about them. And you talked about Margie a little bit, and you talked about Big Dave, you talked about your parents. I remember fondly Uncle Sammy and Uncle Milty, and Aunt Evie, and Aunt Belle.
Aunt Evie.
Yeah.
Aunt Evie was dating Jerry Shamovitz in high school, and all through college. And we'd sit together and talk. And she said, I'm going to buy a beautiful dress. He graduates from medical school. But she wasn't invited to the graduation. She was heartsick. And I'm sure it was Molly Shamovitz, who wanted Jerry to marry a girl who had gone to college. And Evie had not gone to college.
Had they been dating? Evie and Jerry had been dating?
Evie, I said all through grade school, through high school,
I see.
Through college, and then suddenly she wasn't invited to graduating from medical school. She always loved him, and I think he always loved her.
So she must have been heartbroken.
Oh, I was there. She was just pathetic. Oh, it was awful.
I never knew that story. That's sad. But she did marry Mr. Marcus.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Yeah. Tough life.
Yeah. And then she had arthritis, which was so sad.
Yeah. And he was a tough man.
I never knew him. By the time I was around, unfortunately, Aunt Evie had such severe arthritis, she couldn't do much on her own. But she was always very happy to see us.
Yeah.
Very appreciative. I remember her house down on the slanted road.
Bernie would always make a point. It was my mother and father, and we visited with Harry and Ellis. He said, we have to stop with Evie's.
Yeah. And Uncle Milty, he was a lawyer, right?
He was a lawyer. He has a very, very smart children.
Yeah. I just saw Myrna today at breakfast. Yeah. I remember Uncle Milty. I remember Uncle Milty pretty well. Nice guy. And Uncle Sammy was lots of fun. He loved to show us his cameras.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was a good man. He was a good man.
Yeah.
You know, Aunt Margie was so talented and so good.